this is just the basic. Just come up for a second. So like this is the basic idea, I think, behind all side control escapes. We get to a tipping point. So we end up going through a kind of sequence. There's a kind of dance to this, counter for counter. So Adam, just go that side for me, head and arm. So he's got the head and arm. So I do the bump, I get my arm through. I start my pendulum movements. He switches on me and he pulls his elbow to the ceiling to stop me being able to get my arm out, but also it puts all the weight back on. So he's in a sprawl. Can everyone see this? You might want to come to the opposite side. So this is heavy, you can hear it in my voice. But I have two options here. And Adam, you need that foot sprawled out at the back, this one. This one needs to go on your toes. Yeah, make sure you're on your toes here, because it's going to give you every bit of counter that you can have. If Adam keeps his leg, that leg's not engaged and driving into the ground, doing something meaningful, it's quite easy to knock him over. So you kind of need, he wants his toes engaged, straight leg. So look, the question here is, what's easier? Is it easier for me, and this is just a matter of feel, but is it easier for me to walk my feet, to put my shoulder into the middle, right? And if I find he counters this by pushing his shoulder down, now I'm going to start going the other way. And what I'm now doing is basically putting my other shoulder towards his spine. And this is, for me, the essence of this entire game. Once you get into any over-under position, I want to decide, is it easier for me to put, and you can only really, I think, do it by feel, and he's going to counter, he's going to move a lot of the time. If he doesn't counter, you get out. But I'm trying to put my shoulder to his sternum, and when I feel resistance to him putting my shoulder to his sternum, it becomes hard, I feel pressure, I then change. And I go to try and put my other shoulder towards his spine. And just that act of putting my shoulder towards his spine may cause him, if he's heavily connected to me, to reverse, like we reverse, I end up on top, he ends up on bottom. If he disconnects, great, I'm escaping. Because he's then disengaging from what is a good position. He disengages and I get out. But I'm just trying to work on, can I put my... So we go through this game. Yep, so he starts to sprawl. I would bump him, but he brings this elbow high to counter it. So if I try and bump and he turns higher with the elbow, yeah, that's going to counter my bump and starts to kill my pendulum. So at this point, my left shoulder's pretty near to Adam's sternum. And I could pendulum, of course, as well, to kind of a bit more speed. But look, see how he kept his shoulder forwards? So this shoulder, he's putting pressure on this shoulder. So where is pressure not? Where my right shoulder is. So the idea would be the direction I want to take is my shoulder through the midpoint. He's stopping me connecting my shoulder to his sternum. I want it to touch. I can walk my feet, I can pendulum to try and get the angle, but see how he's killing it. So it's now the other way. That's my direction out. And that for me is like, if it's an over-under position, that's the game. I can either push him, or I can move towards my underhook. And he really decides that. Yeah? So just have a play, get to that final point, and have a play with it. Yeah, let's go. And that's the dance, I think. And you end up in a skinny X. That final bit is you're forcing a skinny X. So push this into me. Yeah, so look, if you want to get that shoulder to my sternum, I could change the angle a little bit on you. I'm just creating, yeah. You feel it? I just create a little bit of disconnection.
You've got to go back and forth because
shoulder to sternum. Yeah, shoulder to sternum. Move your feet to get your shoulder to the sternum. And if he resists that, you turn all the way back through. A bit more elbow, George. Yeah, turn that elbow right up. That's going to be your initial sprawl counter. So you can't like bump him now, Lee. Bump. No way you can bump him. So try and walk, like you said. Try and walk your shoulder into his sternum. Yeah, go on. He's not giving you enough resistance. So go back, don't move the position. Now push your shoulder forwards more so he doesn't do that. Right. So now, no way. So now which way are your feet going? All down. And we're playing on that. We're playing on that line. Yeah. If I can connect to that line, I drive through it. If I can't connect to it, then I have to go out the back door. And I put my shoulder to his spine.
Yeah, so shoulder to sternum on.
Yeah.
With resistance, shoulder to spine.
Yeah, he can't counter both. He cannot counter both.
You can really feel it. If one's not on, you can go the other one straight away.
Yeah. The sternum's the key. It's the key line because if your shoulder's not hitting his sternum, yeah, it hits a bit of muscle or whatever, it can turn, but that plate is like, it doesn't move.
Yeah, you move that and the person moves.
Yeah. And it's the same with their spine. Anything where you start getting your shoulder near their spine, it's like the body is just designed to move.
Yeah.
To not allow the spine to become compressed. We seem to be configured that way. So hopefully that tipping point will make a big kind of difference to everything. So let's get a body. I think it's about 7:30, isn't it?